Hello and welcome back to Twilight of the Gods, the Netflix animated series that Zack Snyder wanted. So we're on to episode 4, The Worm. So our heroes had managed to arrive, in Vanaheim, despite Thor intervening. So now we had to see if the Vanir actually are, welcoming them or not. So as usual, let's start with the Netflix Totung logo in 3, 2, 1, click.
I wonder what the sound designer who came up with the Tudum was
We talked
thinking.
about that when we did the Asterix animated, Fight of the Chieftain series. Apparently, it's a combination of different things.
So that's the origin of the Apple logo, I see.
Yes, clearly.
Huh.
The
All
worm.
hail the worm.
We start with bodies.
Seems customary for this series. Oh yes, that flashback with Thor and this mysterious scaly woman.
Come on, guys, Watchmen wasn't that bad.
Oh, I wonder what she's interacting with there. Yeah, of course.
God damn it, Loki. Don't you have anything better to do today?
No, I just like watching my brother get off. And sea serpent in the back.
I do wonder.
So, okay, I think the moral of the story is that everyone in this universe is a little too horny for their own good.
Yeah, that checks out with mythology.
Also, this is Thor's wife, Sif. Okay, get this, Dwibs. You know Sif from the MCU? She's
Yeah.
traditionally supposed to be Thor's wife, actually.
I get the
But of
idea.
course, in the
Maybe the
MCU, they're
movie
just
is
good friends.
maybe the movie wanted originally to lead up to them falling in love, but that never went anywhere. I don't know what Sci-Fi is even doing these days. They did mention they wanted to give her own Disney Plus series, but that went nowhere.
Last we saw, we had a joke about only her arm going to Valhalla, and I guess she got better after that.
Hello. I mean, yeah.
The hell's with this dialogue?
Leaves, you must be new with Zack Snyder Productions, I guess.
No, I'm not. But just whenever it happens, I still get taken off guard.
If I recall correctly, this
So,
is Sandra Udiga, the goddess of the defeat, played by Jessica Henwick in this series. Oh, she was an extra in Star Wars Episode 7. Oh, she played Bugs in The Matrix Resurrections. Rudy.
huh.
She
Really?
also was one of the main characters in Glass Onion. So her career is a bit all over the place, but she's still doing stuff to this day.
So basically, there's literally a goddess who just shows up when you suffer defeat to basically go, yeah, you lost, Lamal.
It's kind of like, the goddess of discord in Greek mythos, the one that introduced the apple that caused the War of Troy.
You know, I've got tree beard.
The Vanir are a colorful bunch. Yeah, it's basically the rejects, the ones that nobody cares about anymore.
That's me.
Goody. Alright, let me say.
So you're telling me that the whole should we rescue her or not thing was a test?
I mean, it worked.
What does that say about the humans who apparently had her chained up, though? Like, supposedly they got their instructions from gods, too.
That's fair enough.
Very reasonable. Look, Thor's an idiot. He kind of gets the pass.
The king of Vanir is played by Olafur Darri Olafsson, Icelandic American actor. He was in a 2005 adaptation of Beowulf.
Hmm.
Oh, he was in Zoolander too. Poor guy.
Okay. Don't quote me on this. I feel like a long time as a kid, I saw a crossover between Beowulf and the Norse mythology.
I
I
don't know
can't
about that.
remember the
Oh,
title of it though.
I guess that's the worm of the title.
Literally whispering in her ear like the
A
devil.
literal brain worm. Yeah, that is true. Again, for all his quote-unquote good intentions, Odin was still a jackass in different ways. In his own quest for preserving order, he brought up despair to many people.
Oh well, of course you can't do Norse mythology without bringing up Fáfnir.
What he said.
Hey! We didn't say how we would help.
Yeah, I know, right? Hype. No, me first. That was a James
I
Gunn
love
moment. Like, what happened?
I love how he's like, yeah, you people are stupid, so we'll just honor you before you die.
But what
That's
if we don't
fair.
die?
I will think about that
Sure.
when it happens.
But yeah, no, let me just put it like this. Fafnir is no joke, basically. Okay, I'd say in terms of like power levels, I'd say Fafnir's kind of up there with Cerberus, as in, Fafnir's kind of like the big test of a lot of
Well, I
heroes
will
in a
say it's
sort of
more
mind.
akin to one of the titans of Greek myth because, at least for most of the myth, him alongside his brother, I forgot his name, were the two giants who created Valhalla to begin with, literally physically created. And at least in the Nibelungen, Odin chickened out and instead of actually giving him a prize, basically tricked them into giving them the teacher ring that was created by Alberic and his dwarves, which they fought over it. Fáfnir became victorious, and later down the line, he got killed by Siegfried. Why was a
Of
dragon?
course.
That's a nice looking, leg of meat. Goddamn.
So, when it comes to Fafnir, depending on which version of Legends you're listening to, it's his blood that makes either Sigurd or
Yes,
Siegfried
the
immortal.
most common
Okay,
version is that Siegfried the babes in it, but because a single, leaf, I forgot which specific tree, deposits itself onto his shoulder, on his back, and he doesn't notice, that spot is covered, and such it's not bathed by blood, and that's his weak point that gets exploited later when someone kills him.
he needs to go to a support group with Achilles.
Basically, it seems practically common. I wonder if there's was some sort of a PSA of wash away completely or something. I don't know.
I wonder. But yeah, I mentioned Sigurd and Siegfried. Okay, basically, folks, to describe Sigurd and Siegfried, think of it like if Hercules and Heracles were technically the same, but also two different people, essentially. There's like two different versions of this legend of a hero, basically, who either deals with Brynhildr or Brunhild and
He's
whatnot. In the
Valkyrie.
Siegfried version, Brunhild is actually a jackass who messes with Siegfried and Kriemhild's marriage, whereas in the Sigurd version, it's the equivalent to Kriemhild that's messing with Sigurd and Brynhildr's love and all that, which leads to a bout of Brynhildr tragically having to kill her beloved.
Hmm. I mean,
Is this why you've just been vibing with the whole venture?
he wants to be sure.
Hmm.
how sharply with a sword.
I mean, there's such a thing being called paying in nature.
What a Chad.
Well, that's
That
could
happened.
have ended a bit better. Mate, okay, mate. Mate, I was a bit mixed on the Mario Galaxy movie, but there's no need to yell like that.
So, yeah, I guess this is totally where we never see a Gil again. You know, given how dwarves are, that's not too out of character. Being said, I can't blame a Gil for wanting to hang back. Like, dude has his runes, but that seems to be all he's
He is
got.
also
And
the one person that did not choose a weapon from the cursed lot.
yeah, I feel like a Gil might be kind of. Ironically, his superpower might just be common sense
Oh,
of the group, essentially.
of course.
Oops.
God damn it, Loki.
You sure? Are you sure it's real treasure?
Oh no, it was real. He just stole it.
Classic Loki.
Well, well, well.
So that was kind of like that cutscene from Warcraft. Succeeding you, father.
So in this version,
Like,
Fáfnir is cursed into being a dragon.
and was original dwarf.
Huh. You know, was Zack Snyder a fan of the Hobbit films? Because when you
You
think
got it
about it,
basically backward, Jova. Remember, Norse mythology heavily inspired Tolkien to write his books.
but what I mean is like, you know, specifically having a dwarf turn into a dragon kind of seems similar to, you know, what occurred in the Hobbit film. You know, the
Well,
idea
that
that
was more like his fear. Again, the whole curse of greed, that was a thing that was exacerbated more in the movie, and the way it was presented with Thorin, growing increasingly paranoid, having that vision that he himself would not be much different from Smaug, that was just extra flavor that the movie did. In the original book and in the Rankin Bass version, he just becomes grumpy, but that's it.
well, that's kind of my point. Is like, I wonder if like he was taking cues from the film version specifically, which draws that parallel between the Dwarf King and the dragon in that regard. Could just be a coinkydink.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it turns out our dwarf friend here has his own sights set on revenge, but not on Thor, but more so Loki. So, ironically, while he does have some common sense over Sigurd in this regard, he still is on his own revenge quest as well. Just he's arguably on the one that makes more sense since Loki is bad news to everyone. Hey, I promised 4. I didn't promise the apples. You've got to actually do most of the work here.
Interesting also that he has Jormungandr necklace for his cape, but it is more represented a bit similar instead to the Ouroboros. It would be a shame if something happened to him.
Yes, you'd hate yourself now, wouldn't you?
Again, if there's something that I truly appreciate about this series is that it's how the relationship between these two is portrayed. Despite everything that happens to them, it still feels natural instead of, being, cookie cutted. Even if
I
it's
love
even if
it.
it's obviously R-rated.
I love it. She still has the blood painted over her boobs.
I mean, you do you, but isn't it going to be a bit cold out here?
It's cold
Oh, I
outside.
think they found a way to warm each other up.
Also, if I recall correctly, yeah, go back to sleep. Come on, nobody likes a voyeur.
Go, or just go sleep somewhere else.
I didn't need to wake
I
up to
think she's
that.
having many questions in her head right now.
Wait. They knew
Well,
she was there, and yet they started banging each other while she was there. That's pretty rude.
Dwib, some people find it hotter when people watch.
But what if she didn't ask?
Well, I guess I have to deliver a full detailed report. Every detail about their deaths. I killed them because it was too awkward. Is Sigurd trying to get another participant in the action?
I mean, we'll have to see, I guess.
I mean, it would not be the first threesome we've seen in this series, so who knows? So, I can't tell if she's based off of anyone from Norse mythology.
Oh, I guess we were standing on him. All
It
right, time for the
figures.
dragon test. Let me see the them footsies.
Okay, I've counted 2 feet so
Yes,
far.
yes,
There we go, all 4.
four-legged. My God, leave it to Zack Snyder to understand what a fucking dragon is. Damn halitosis. All right, let me see who we got to
Oh,
play Fáfnir.
so
Dave
part
B.
of that.
Mitchell. Okay,
Okay. Hmm.
an
Is that
actual
Knuckles' actor?
yes, an actual VA for proper VA instead of a celebrity. So
I'm not too surprised. Zack Snyder seems to be the kind of guy who focuses more on just does this person fit a role rather than if they're famous. Also, I do find it interesting that Fafnir seems to remember his dwarven past to some extent.
I guess seeing Anvari. Oh, I guess seeing Anvari triggered some memories. Shit.
Damn, that was just his tail.
He was in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4,
Yeah, Musketeers 3 and
the
4.
recent one. I don't know who he voiced exactly. Maybe it's just some NPCs.
Possible, even if it's just minor grants, because I don't know how much voice lines those games have. Some of the later Tony Hawk games did have a story mode. I know that, like Underground, but of course, right in the crotch, of course,
Low blow, man.
literally. Ow. It's kind of hilarious. A bit, I think, a bit before this series, actually, Amazon Prime started finally releasing the animated adaptation of Critical Role, specifically the first campaign they did. And let's just say that the fight that the team had with the dragon back there was a bit more hilarious than this.
Like, Critical Role has an animated
Yes, they actually
accommodation now?
kickstarted and then Amazon Prime fitted the rest of the bill.
Wow.
I don't.
So what do they do basically?
They just adapted
Oh.
the campaign, including the stupid parts, just because they had to follow it to the letter.
Yes. I see that this is a version of Fáfnir that's a lot more susceptible to pain than some other versions.
And very scaled. To be fair, okay, they are using cursed weapons meant to kill a god, so I can imagine that even if his
True,
scales
yeah.
are resistant, they're just, have that extra tinge.
That is a good point.
Ow, ow, ow.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right. I think it's the cursed weapons because her arrows bounce off of him, whereas theirs actually make a mark.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's see, maybe she has a lucky shot to a weak point. Like that, maybe.
Ah.
What is this Sailor Moon shot composition?
The living arrow! You didn't have to style on him like that.
Yes, she absolutely had to. Oh, that's a lot of intestines.
Ew.
And he's still rolling despite having his literal guts hanging out.
Alright, did you get that out of
Hey,
your system? Good.
I know, right? But don't you see, ripping out his guts undoes the curse. And of course he's naked.
I mean, they showcased even before when the doors transforms, they were naked.
Finish him.
More like a mercy kill. I mean, the design was cool.
Okay, the fact he can come back from that is kind of insane.
Golden apples and all.
Maybe he might need a bit of help reaching it, though. I don't know if he has any motor control. Oh.
Someone might have taken a decision. Yeah.
But why?
That was still the
Well,
mission.
she wanted that mean streak.
Also, that was the mission they were tasked by the Vanir. Get the apple, kill Fáfnir.
Yeah, but do you have proof that you did it?
I mean, they could have brought the head, I guess.
I guess
Oh,
the apples themselves are proof enough.
Yeah, but anyone could just paint an apple gold or something.
What now?
Eh?
oh no. I wonder if Loki might be behind this trickery too.
I wonder. See? Think smarter, not harder. Although now he's trapped in there with them.
Can you just run the other way?
I know, right? Like, you had, like, 3 business days before that
It's
stuff came
the
tumbling down on you.
it's the Prometheus school of running away from things. Of course. It was the worm, TM.
Well, Leaf might be cooked.
Like, I guess Loki.
Okay.
I guess Loki truly enjoys seeing other people suffering like that.
I'm not sure how Loki thinks this. Well, okay, maybe his idea is that if Leaf
Yeah.
dies, that'll focus Sigurd more on
Also,
just revenge.
it's Loki. He just wants to fuck shit up, even if it's completely illogical.
Oh, yes, of course. It's just I'd probably be a little bit careful if Sigurd were like the key to my plans. But then again, she doesn't always think things through the best. So, yeah, that was an episode. We defeated Fáfnir, but we won't exactly be getting the aid of these gods since apparently the apples were poisoned.
This truly was the Dragon Quest, TM.
Okay.
Alright, I guess that leaves us to see what's gonna happen in the next episode, the Scapegoat God. I wonder who they're referring to. See ya.
See ya.
Yeah.